One of the first changes many men notice during semen retention is in their eyes. They begin looking clearer, calmer, and more intense. People may not always mention it directly, but they often sense something different in your gaze. Your eyes begin carrying more presence, more focus, and more life. The eyes often reflect the condition of the mind. When a person is mentally exhausted, overstimulated, or emotionally unstable, it subtly appears through their expression and energy. But when the mind becomes disciplined and focused, that clarity begins showing outwardly. During semen retention, your attention gradually stops being scattered by constant stimulation and impulsive behavior. Your mind becomes quieter, and that inner calmness changes the way your eyes look and feel to others. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius believed that the soul colors the face through the quality of its thoughts. A disciplined and peaceful mind naturally reflects itself through a stronger presence. This is why many men describe their eyes as glowing during retention. It is not necessarily a physical glow, it is the result of increased focus, emotional stability, better energy, and stronger awareness reflected through your gaze. Another reason your eyes appear different is because your nervous energy begins decreasing. Most people today carry restless eyes because their minds constantly jump from one distraction to another. But during retention, your attention becomes steadier. That steadiness creates intensity. Instead of avoiding eye contact or appearing mentally distracted, your gaze becomes more direct and grounded. Calm eye contact immediately communicates confidence and self-control. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that a man who governs himself develops strength that others naturally recognize. Your eyes become one of the clearest reflections of that internal discipline. Your sleep, focus, and emotional state may also improve during periods of strong discipline. When your body and mind are functioning with more balance, your overall appearance naturally changes, including the brightness and sharpness in your eyes. Another important shift is confidence. During retention, many men stop constantly seeking validation from others. This changes the energy behind your gaze. Your eyes no longer look anxious or approval-seeking, they begin looking calmer and more secure. The philosopher Seneca believed that inner peace creates dignity in a man's expression. A calm mind naturally creates calmer eyes. People subconsciously pay attention to the eyes because they reveal emotional state more honestly than words. Even if someone cannot explain why your presence feels different, they often notice it through your eye contact first. As retention continues, your awareness also deepens. You become more observant and present in conversations rather than constantly trapped inside your impulses and distractions. This presence creates depth in your gaze. Most people today struggle to remain mentally present because their attention is constantly overstimulated. But when your focus strengthens, your eyes begin reflecting that clarity and awareness naturally. As your discipline deepens, your eyes begin carrying a different kind of stillness. Most people today have restless eyes because their minds are constantly overstimulated by distractions, impulses, and endless consumption. Their attention jumps from one thing to another without ever settling. But during retention, your mind slowly becomes quieter. That mental calmness changes the energy behind your gaze. Instead of appearing scattered or anxious, your eyes begin reflecting focus, awareness, and emotional control. People may not consciously understand it, but they feel the difference immediately. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius believed that the quality of a man's thoughts eventually shapes his entire presence. During semen retention, your thoughts gradually become less consumed by constant pleasure-seeking and more directed toward discipline and purpose. That shift changes the way you observe the world. Your eyes begin looking more intentional because your attention itself becomes more intentional. A focused mind naturally creates a stronger gaze. Another reason your eyes appear to glow is because your nervous energy decreases over time. Anxiety, insecurity, and overstimulation often create tension in the face and eyes. But when you stop constantly feeding impulses and distractions, your body begins entering a calmer state. Your facial expression becomes more relaxed, your gaze steadier, and your overall energy more grounded. Calmness has a visible effect on appearance because inner stability always reflects outwardly in subtle ways. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that a disciplined man becomes difficult to disturb. This emotional stability becomes visible through your eyes because they stop revealing desperation, insecurity, or emotional chaos. Instead, your gaze begins communicating self-control. Strong eye contact backed by calm energy creates a silent form of confidence that people instinctively respect. As retention continues, you also become more present in conversations and interactions. Earlier, your attention may have constantly wandered because your mind was trapped in overstimulation and impulsive thinking. But now, your awareness begins staying fully in the moment. This presence changes the depth of your eye contact. People feel when someone is truly focused on them rather than mentally distracted. In today's world, genuine attention itself feels powerful. The philosopher Seneca believed that inner peace creates dignity in a man's expression. This becomes especially true during periods of discipline because your emotions become less reactive and more controlled. You stop emotionally chasing every situation or person around you. That emotional independence creates calmness in your face and clarity in your eyes. Your gaze begins carrying confidence without needing to force it. Another hidden reason your eyes appear stronger during retention is because your self-respect increases. Every day you resist impulses and remain committed to discipline, you strengthen trust within yourself. That internal trust changes how you carry yourself. Your eyes no longer avoid contact out of insecurity or nervousness because your confidence is no longer dependent on external validation. You begin looking at the world from a place of stability rather than uncertainty. Your eyes also begin reflecting more awareness because your mind becomes less clouded by constant stimulation. Most people today consume so much information, entertainment, and distraction that their attention becomes fragmented. But retention often sharpens awareness by reducing mental noise. You become more observant, more mindful, and more conscious of your surroundings. This heightened awareness naturally creates intensity in your gaze because focused attention always feels powerful. Over time, this transformation creates a deeper emotional presence. People may not always know why your eyes feel different, but they sense honesty, calmness, and grounded energy behind them. Your gaze no longer seeks approval, it reflects certainty. There is a major difference between looking at someone with insecurity and looking at them with calm self-respect. Retention slowly removes the emotional chaos that weakens presence and replaces it with clarity. At the deepest level, your eyes begin reflecting the relationship you have built with yourself. Most people avoid looking directly at others for long because internally they feel uncertain, anxious, or disconnected from themselves. But during semen retention, you slowly develop inner alignment. Your actions begin matching your values, your discipline strengthens your confidence, and your mind becomes less divided by impulses. This creates a quiet certainty in your expression. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius understood that a man who lives with self-control carries a kind of peace that cannot be easily shaken. That peace eventually becomes visible even through the eyes. And ultimately, this is the true reason your eyes seem to glow during retention. The glow is not just physical, it is energetic, emotional, and psychological. It comes from mental clarity, emotional discipline, stronger awareness, and inner peace. When a man begins mastering his impulses and directing his energy with intention, even his eyes begin reflecting that transformation. And in a world filled with distracted minds and restless energy, that kind of focused gaze becomes impossible to ignore.